Testing and commissioning is when we bring this project to life. I'm Andy Nichol, I'm the lead integrator. I look after the testing and commissioning phase of the project. We take this wonderful infrastructure that we've spent the past 7 years building, we turn on all the systems, we ensure that they all work together, they connect together, they operate as we're intended. When we then integrate it together, the system functions reliably, and then finally we demonstrate that we can plug the operator in, operate trains across the network that is the South East Queensland Railway system, and the system can be operated safely and reliably. The railway that we're building is essentially a system of systems. It's incredibly complex. We are installing, powering, testing and commissioning the many hundreds of items of equipment that we have within our stations and in tunnels individually. So that includes things like our CCTV cameras, it includes our speakers, our fire systems, our tunnel ventilation systems, our ventilation and cooling systems, and the control systems that allow us to monitor, control and operate all of those systems remotely, consisting of thousands of points. So in total, the number of tests that we have to undertake around the project is in excess of 10,000. The reason we do testing and commissioning is to find problems. We want to find problems now rather than find problems in the future so we can fix those before we put passengers on the train. So part of the testing and commissioning process is doing the test, finding problems where they arise, fixing those problems, coming back and retesting and demonstrate that it's ultimately reliable. So that means that we have to take a sequential approach. The problem is if we test everything at once, we don't necessarily get there quicker. We have to test things in the right sequence in order to find problems and be able to diagnose it to a specific piece of equipment and subsystem. When we get to the end of the testing process, we want to be comfortable that on that first day of opening, when the passenger turns up at our station, passes through that ticket barrier, passes down the escalator down to the platform, walks through that platform screen door onto the station and experiences this wonderful environment that we've created, they can do so seamlessly, just as we intend. So the goal of testing and commissioning is really simple. We want to be absolutely confident that we put passengers on these trains and into these stations, that it's a safe, reliable railway from day one.